You thought you could carry me that easily, could you? Did you? Well, poor there. I have taken over your show. Too late. I am going to review Series 11. And I'm going to review the first episode. So, suck it. Here we go, guys. I am Batman. Enjoy the show. So we start off with getting introduced to the characters. Ryan, played by Tosin Cole, is a young 19-year-old man who has dyspraxia, and he finds that, well, we see him in Sheffield along with Graham and his nan as he tries to ride a bike in Sheffield Forest. But he eventually throws an epic tantrum and throws it over the edge of a giant cliff. Now, fair enough. You can't ride a bike. You can't ride a bike. You have dyspraxia. Fair enough. But throwing it off a cliff, my God, that is a weird opener. That is a weird opening to an episode. But then he's left by himself to pick it up as Graham and Ryan's nan get back on the train, which leaves, when they said, in 20 minutes. So, we then see the next cut happening in It's So Breda. Excuse me. we next see the next part of the story. He is deep inside the forest. And some patterns appear in thin air in front of him. And what does he do? He touches it. I'm not gonna lie, I would do the same thing because I'm Batman. It's just how it is. It's just how it rolls. And yeah. And this genie in the bottle style thing appears right in front of him afterwards. Blue. It looks ugly. And nothing is happening at first. He's like, what the hell is happening? I don't know what's going on. So, next thing we see Graham and Ryan's nan on the train, and we see that they're married. They've been married for 3 years. And Ryan still doesn't see Graham as grandfather. He just sees him as Graham. So, then we see the train is attacked by some unknown entity. And a lot of people end up leaving the train while Graham and Ryan's nan get stuck on the train with a random dude. Very random dude. They all look depressed, but that's beside the point. They get trapped in the train, and this thing gets closer and closer and closer. And they get locked in, trapped. There's nowhere to go. And they finally see what it is. This orb tentacly thing, generating a lot of electricity, floating towards them. And just as all hope is lost, she finally falls to the ground, through the roof, and oh my God, it's glorious. So, we're introduced to the new doctor, and she doesn't waste any time. She just impales the thing, pretty much, which buys them a couple of seconds. Only to have a chat, of course. And well, we see that after a while, the thing zaps them all and then disappears. And of course, they're all wondering what the hell is going on. And that precedes a long chase throughout the entire episode. What's going on? This sets up the entire story. What happened here? What's going on here? And so, we then see Tosin, who plays Ryan, meet up with Yasmin Khan, who's a police officer, and it turns out they were friends in school. So, they meet up, and they go to see this thing, or they go to see Graham, etc., because Ryan got a voice message and a call, very worried call. And of course they arrive in the nick of time to see all this stuff happen. So everybody is very confused. But the problem is none of the actors aside from Jodie seem confused. They just seem like, I'm just chilling, I'm just here. Don't mind me, don't mind us. We're just blank slates right now, we've got no personality. And yeah. So then after a while, Ryan takes them back to the side of that weird, what I would consider to look like a really weird genie in the bottle kind of style thing. But they find it's gone. And then we see it cut to a van that's carrying this thing. The guy drives it to an old warehouse. And he says, I finally got it. At this point, everybody in the audience is like, probably like, what the hell is going on? Because I gotta let you in, guys. I'm Batman, and I do not know what's going on. Not even I know what's going on, which is weird. So, anyway, after a while, he ends up getting destroyed. And of course, they find his body. They find him. And they find that he's frozen. His face has been frozen clean off after the pot opens. And the villain, played by, well, not played by, his name's Tim Shaw. His real name's Zim Shaw. From a race of very, very frozen people. Tim Shaw, I believe. No? I forgot the name of it. Oh no, it's bad. That's really bad. But anyway, it's a new alien race. You get the point. And he has the power to like freeze people's faces off with his hand and his skin. Honestly, the world's probably the best ice cream man in the universe, if he ever decided to stay on Earth. But we'll get to that in a minute. So, they chase him, and it ends up, they end up losing him, of course. And Graham complains about it. Graham actually annoyed me the entire episode. Just god awful. That's what you get, Bradley Walsh, for taking up 2 jobs. Doctor Who is more important. Takes up more of your time. Forget the chaser. Forget it. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. They lose him, and they decide to go back to the warehouse, where they talk for a bit. There's a bit of more of a, what the hell is going on here? And then 13 creates a sonic screwdriver out of scraps. What some people have considered to be a giant dildo. Well, not a giant dildo, but a dildo nonetheless. And they set off trying to track it. It doesn't end well. And she collapses. Noctis collapses, at which point they find out that she is in fact what she says she is, an alien. And they see her regenerate a little bit. Then she wakes up and she gets zapped after she reformats Paul Ryan's phone. Honestly, if you ever format something, make sure you back it up. Because that's just really dumb. If you format something, everything you have on that phone or the device is wiped clean. For goodness sake. Seriously, right? Anyway. So they then set off chasing after the creature and trying to track it. At which point they find it. After they find it, capture it. And then Sim Shaw shows up once more, again. Only this time, he threatens to kill them all. And then he leaves promptly. Kind of a lame, I'm gonna leave kind of stunt. Almost cliched. At which point, Jodie, playing the 13th Doctor, was like, double cheat. And she got really annoyed. I would get two. So cheap. Meanwhile, everybody else in the back is just expressionless and blank as always. Never changes. And so, we see him get teleported in a street somewhere. And some guy eating salad decides to throw his salad on him because he believes that Sim Shaw is somehow a man in costume. And it's for Halloween. What an idiot. Then he starts throwing salad at him for some weird reason. At which point, I'm sorry, but if I was Sim Shaw as well, I would also do the same thing. I would freeze his face up as well because it's very annoying. Oh, and yeah, previous to this, I'd just like to call back to Sim Shaw calling the Doctor an idiot. It's kind of ironic, really. His face didn't seem to be moving with much effort. But anyway, moving on. We then see a whole lot of other stuff happen. And, well, eventually it all comes down to one guy. One man, one crane driver. But, all in all, I'd just like to say that the episode had a lot of callbacks to a lot of previous Doctors. Like the bit about food, egg sandwich, that was about 11, and him not being able to find out what to eat. That was a callback to that. And yeah, eventually, and when she was passed out on the couch, that was also a reference to the 10th Doctor, just spending the entire episode, his entire episode, pretty much in bed in regeneration sickness. So, anyway, we're all caught up. We then end up trying to save this crane driver's life. He believes he isn't important. Which is kind of, yeah, I don't know why, during that entire episode, the only thing not the entire episode, that scene where he's in the crane, all I could think about was Clara. Same thing as the Corsair. He couldn't think about anything else either. It's really weird. But there it is. And so anyway, long story short, they eventually kill the creature, save his life, etc., etc., etc. And just like the fourth Doctor, Ryan's then dies. And in typical Doctor Who fashion, the Doctor kills the villain after giving the villain a choice, which they always refuse, and then, well, he dies. And the guy he was targeting kicks him off the crane, at which point the Doctor was like, "You had no right to do that." I don't know, I think he did. Steam Show did call him not special. I would have said that I would have done exactly the same thing had that happened. But yeah, all in all, it was a pretty bland episode. Just the acting, aside from Jodie's was the most awesome. Although I could tell that she was very anxious the entire episode. Can't say I blame her. The first female Doctor is a lot. It's a lot to carry. And if she ever wants to know my secret identity, well, there you go. I'll just tell her. But anyway, all in all, an okay episode. But it did have some problems, like, well, bad acting for most of the cast. Most of the cast is very wooden and expressionless, or frozen, expressionless. A lack of a good story. It was pretty generic. The whole Predator thing has been done before a million times over. I did like the darker tone though, and the new cinematography, which basically is, I'm just going to say it now, this entire episode pretty much was mostly to showcase the new graphics, which is the same team that was involved in later on in 2049. Okay, there we are. If I had to give the episode a rating, I'd probably give it a 2.5 to 3 out of 5. Simply because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't fantastic either. It didn't wow me like previous opens. But that's my opinion, you guys, because I'm Batman. You won't be seeing the Corsair for the rest of the season. It'll be me, just me, doing the reviews. Okay, are you cool with that? Are you cool with that? Because if you aren't, I don't care. I'm out. Goodbye. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want to see more videos like this, go and like the YouTube channel, and also go and like Clara at the TARDIS. I rule. I haven't touched that. Like and subscribe. Please, I'm so old. No, kidding. Like and subscribe if you like more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next episode. See ya.